how do you feel? Because I understand now, as a black guy that has a business,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not going to do business with a person just because they're black. Because
Right.
if I need to buy a set of tires for my car,
Mm-hmm.
and you selling tires and your tires don't look good and you ain't got a
Mm-hmm.
good price, I don't care if you black.
Yeah.
I ain't going to do business with you.
It's got to be good business. Yeah.
So talk about that, because when I hear a lot of people, man, talk about, man, you got to buy black. But because I remember, man, I was trying to support this brother, man. He was selling Dickies at the time. My son 19 now, but at the time he was having a new uniform. And, we had the Dickie outlet down off of 95 that
Mm-hmm.
we could ride down to. The shorts there, man, were $21,
Right.
right? You selling shorts shorts were almost 40. I think it was $38,
Right.
right, for a pair of shorts. Now the argument that I hear all the time is you just should give it to him because he's black. No,
Mm-hmm.
that's stupid to me because I'm a businessman. That
Right.
that
Right.
don't compute,
Right. Right.
right?
Maybe
Unless
a
I
few
know
dollars more.
him,
Yeah. Right.
he my
Right.
neighbor, or I'm mentoring him or something like that. That's some other type of. But on a business standpoint, I'm just not gonna give you $40 when I can get a half price.
Right.
So talk about that dichotomy and why the argument shouldn't be against a person that just want the best deal versus them
Mm-hmm.
having a skin. Now, why is that
Right.
important?
Right. Yeah. You made some good points. Number one, I think the mindset, as you know, we always hear these terms woke and conscious and things like that, and those terms a lot of times are thrown around. People don't really know what goes into that. Like I tell people that I'm awake, I'm being awakened, I'm constantly learning, right? So I'm never at the place of where I feel like I've arrived, where I'm just so conscious, you know what I'm saying? I'm being more and more consciously awakened to certain things, right? So it's a process. So when a black person is becoming conscious or woke, or these terms, when they're starting to understand, if they don't already understand how economics, group economics and economics in just society, the economic gap between whites and blacks and all other cultures and things like that, when they start to understand that, I think number one, the mindset should be number one to strategically say, look, my passion is to support black folks. That's number one, right? Doesn't mean that every time I go out the store or online, I'm just only going to support black people, right? Because number one, it's a process. You don't just wake up. We don't even have outlets like that, to where I think it was Killer Mike, if you watch his documentary on
Mm-hmm.
Netflix, even
Mm-hmm.
just in the city of Atlanta, he was like, okay, I'm only going to support, he was showing a point, I'm only going to support buy things that are black owned. And it was so hard for him just in that city, as big as black, metropolis, all that stuff. It was hard for him to even survive, just getting, he had to walk because he couldn't get the white rented car, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So as much black businesses and things are opening up, there we still have a lot of progress. We still have a long way to go. And so I think the goal for every black person should be, number one, to say, yes, I want to support black businesses. But number two, like you said, the key word is business. So we want to have good business, and we want to be responsible and respectful. Like me and my family, we went to a store on, I think it was 103rd. It was a shoe store, black owned. And we ended up walking out because when we walked in, the